College, Principal Rob Campbell, and President Jonathan Marawelli. Welcome back to the show.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
I was going to say, it's spring is underway, back to school, and but spring weather's not quite here yet.
Not yet. We're getting there.
Yeah. Was your spring break last week too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Our second spring break, because we get 2 spring breaks.
That's right. You have little bit of a different schedule at JPEC, and today we're going to talk about some of the things that I guess set you apart from some of the traditional choices in the county. And I think one of those we'll be seeing coming up really soon with graduation. You're going to have some college grads along with high school grads.
Yeah, last year I think we had 35 degrees at the college from our students. Right, it was very impressive, and I'm always up there on the stage, and I get to greet our students as they come across at the college commencement, which is always a special moment. And then we also hold our traditional high school commencement in May as well.
So kids they can get a high school diploma and an associate's degree all on the same day.
Absolutely, and you know, a lot of our students also do get career certifications, and so maybe they're in a field that doesn't need a full associate's degree. Maybe they're going for a college certification. You know, we get a lot of students in the trades who are doing welding, and you know, there's the new building going in, and so I think we'll see some HVAC technicians coming up through the ranks as time goes on. But it's really exciting for kids to know that, like, kids used to think it was college or career, right? And it's both, right? That you can do a 30 credit program that gets you exactly what you need for your trade or your skill set, and go straight into the working world.
So you mentioned the new building. So this is being designed for people in energy and utility fields.
Yeah.
How important is it, like, for you guys to have your school on a college campus where that building is being built, and to be across the street from the career center? What's the difference? How much of a difference is it for you guys?
I mean, I think part of it is just ease of access. It's kind of a one-stop shop. It's all right there. I think part of the benefit too is that because our students come up starting in 6th grade on this college campus, you know, they become comfortable and familiar with the campus and the setting. So it's a nice, easy transition as they move up, you know, and get into high school and start dual enrolling, or going over to the Career Center. It's right there. You know, they're not taking a bus from somewhere else. So I think the one-stop shop aspect of it is a real benefit to our students.
Yeah, and you're going to have an opportunity for future students and their families to check it out in person. You've got an open house coming up. And I know you've told me this before, you've got kids and their families that show up on the JC campus that have never been there before.
Right. Yeah, and so they just they get to come. We're in the Justin Whiting Hall. They come in the main entrance, go to the left. You'll see signs that point right to us. At those open houses, it's open for anybody who wants to come. It's not a scheduled program. They can, if they get off of work at 5, they can come then, right? And we have all of our staff and faculty there that night, so they get to meet all their potential teachers. They get a tour of the building. They get to see all the facilities. You know, being on that college campus, getting to utilize those facilities is one of the major benefits, right? And getting to see, like, oh, this is a little bit of my future, and it removes some of that fear maybe they have of college. Right? And if you're in a family where maybe nobody in the family's gone to college before, right? This is your leg up into there. Or if you're a family where everybody goes to college and you know you're going off to college, well, this is a great way to get that start. Get those credits early, get them for free, be on that college campus so you're not stuck at home taking all online classes, right? And really get a little bit of a college experience before you go off on your own too.
And for student athletes, I think one of the attractions, they're using the college. You're using the college facilities. They were playing basketball in the air station and the QS Fieldhouse.
Yeah. Yep. And then even there's the opportunity in the 13th year now. The MHSAA has made it work so student athletes can now participate in their 13th year in college athletics, right? So we have students. We've had the Blonde Key boys have been on the college cross country team, right, and got to run at the college level even while they're finishing their associate's degree for free with us.
Yeah, so they've been winning races for about 10 years.
Yeah.
And I thought they would have graduated from high school by now.
Right.
But not yet. They're just kids.
Yep.
All right, let's take a look at some of the photos that we have.
Sure. Yeah.
These are
Got a couple of our students here. On the left is Brendan. and he's in JROTC. So that's one of the opportunities students at our school have. And then Tayshawn is on the right. Yeah, great kids.
Yeah, I talked to those kids. They're pretty excited to be there.
Yeah. And then this is a really cool class. You want to talk about bucket drumming?
Yeah, this is in our music room. It's an elective, bucket drumming. I've sat in the class multiple times, and the kids have a blast with it.
Is this cardio drumming or bucket
I don't know.
drumming?
Bucket drumming.
So
yeah.
they could.
I don't see any cardio, but the kids love it, and it's a really nice opportunity for kids who maybe don't feel as musically inclined, like, or don't want to join and say, well, I'll do clarinet or I'll do trumpet. You know, it's a nice way to break through and see, like, oh yeah, you know, I can do some musical stuff and learn some of this and have fun with it.
Yeah, and they'll be trained to go sit outside Comerica Park.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
The backup. Yep. And you see some of our band here, and they are performing in the college facilities over in the Potter Center. So that's another one of those benefits of being on a college campus. You get to use those college facilities. And so a lot of schools are getting rid of band and choir, but that's something we have for middle school and high school, right? And we have a really nice fine arts program. And then, yeah, there's our choir singing in the Potter Center. So it can feel really cool to be, you know, a middle schooler and you're singing up in front of the Potter Center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. Gotcha.
This is in one of our science rooms in the high school. They're getting ready to go to the MDOT bridge building competition this week. Yeah. Later this week, they'll be traveling and staying overnight for that. And they've been working hard on their projects and designing their bridges and putting their presentations together.
And so MDOT engineers are actually going to look at these designs and these buildings and give them ratings and see how they're doing. They have a full competition. They get to see how much weight their bridges support. And our teacher, Miss Chowick, takes our classes every year and does an awesome job. Just really kills it in our science department at the high school.
Well, that's how we're saving money on the road building. Is the kids are designing.
Right, we'll just have the kids do it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Here's a few pictures from Winterfest. We had high school Winterfest, and then we had a middle school Winterfest as well. Mm-hmm. And you know, while we are, you know, sometimes they say we're in between a high school and a college, right? Mm-hmm. We still like to have those traditional things that high schoolers like to experience, right? We have a few dances per year. We have a prom in the spring.
Homecoming.
Right? Homecoming, spirit days, pep assemblies.
All those rites of passage for high school.
And I think that's one of the things that might be a misconception about JPEC is that it doesn't have some of the extracurriculars or bells and whistles, but it's all there.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a pretty full-fledged sports program. You know, we don't have football, right? But we have a lot of other sports, ways for students to participate, have fun, be a part of a community. I really encourage every kid that comes to join something, be it, you know, cheer or volleyball or especially robotics, right? We're collaborating with the Career Center on our teams, right? And so 2611 is getting ready to head to the state competition.
This week?
Yeah, and so that's always exciting, and we get a lot of kids who are really interested in engineering and science, things like that, who come out and really, maybe they weren't into sports, right? But they get to be part of this robotics community, right? And they really do build a community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of the areas where you guys, I think, were one of the early adopters in Jackson County in robotics, and having the Career Centers team across the street. I know they've been there at 10, 11 o'clock at night, working on their projects.
It's a lot of work. Yeah, they're very dedicated to what they're doing.
Yeah, the thing I love the most though about it is, you know, our high school robotics athletes, right? They mentor our middle school teams, right? And so if you come to the middle school competitions, you'll see the mentors who are coaching the middle schoolers are all the high schoolers, right? So they're really gaining leadership experience while they're part of this program. And it's so nice for our adult coaches to be able to step back and say, no, you guys lead the way, right? And they do a great job. It's really impressive.
Yeah, and I know the kids looking at robotics for a career have options right here in Jackson.
That's right. Lots of them.
So when people ask, you know, who is JPEG for? Is there an easy answer?
I think so. I mean, I would say JPEG's for every student. You know, I think sometimes people think because you come out on the college campuses and it's this beautiful place, they think, oh, this is, you know, this is a fancy school. You know, it's for the best and the brightest or whatnot. And then some people have this idea that maybe we're an alternative school, but we're not. You know, we are a regular high school and middle school that offers incredible opportunities to students, and we're for everybody. Yeah. And it's such, I'm just always impressed with our school in the sense that there's such a rich opportunity for our students. There's so many things they can pursue and be a part of. We're for everybody, every student.
And I think you've got some scary words in the name of your school. You know, preparatory.
It's a mouthful. Yeah.
College.
Yeah. Right. And I think I agree. Some people might see that name and say, "Oh, yeah, that's too fancy for us." But don't let the name deter you. We're for everybody.
And you don't have like a prerequisite or minimum GPA,
nope.
or there's no test
nope.
to get in.
Nope.
We have students from every walk of life, every academic background.
Absolutely.
At our school.
And are we maxed out from, is it 6th grade to 13th?
Yep, we go from 6th grade to 13th, right? We love when they can come in at that younger grade level, right? And in that middle school, they really get, you know, while they're not dual enrolling in middle school, right? They're getting the opportunity to see what's ahead of them, right? And get that future, and they get embedded into the curriculum, and they kind of get to work their way up, and they get used to all of the systems and things like that. So we see those students who are with us for the long haul do really, really well, right? Now, we have a lot of students who come to us in 9th grade because they say, you know, I wanted a different opportunity for high school. And that's great too, right? We welcome all those students. But yeah, they can enroll at every grade level.
It seems I've been in some of the classrooms. They don't look like traditional classrooms. They're set up differently.
Well, we really encourage teacher autonomy and trying new things. You know, I'm a big fan of, I'd rather you discover a great idea and try it and have it succeed, awesome. But if, you know, maybe it doesn't succeed the way you expected, you still tried something new and you learned from it. So, you know, we have innovative teachers who are looking for what's another way I can do this that's gonna engage students even more or make my class more successful, and we encourage them to go for it and give it a try. So yeah, you can walk in the different rooms and see very different things going on in each room, depending on what that teacher's trying and making work in their room.
Nice. Well, the temperature being in the 30s must mean it's time for outdoor track.
That's right.
Right? Perfect timing.
Yeah, middle school starts today, and high school started a couple weeks ago. So
but what's nice is when the weather's like this, we have the air station.
Right.
You know, today and tomorrow they're going to practice there and do their running in the air station. So practice can go on as scheduled.
Yeah. Climate-controlled athletic facilities is a rarity in this area.
Yeah.
So it's very nice to have.
That's it. You've got it. Yeah. The parents would appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Being a track parent, former track parent, there's nothing longer than a track meet in weather like today.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So, anyone interested in bring your kids? You want your kids?
That's right. Bring your kids.
Well, and it's our open enrollment right now.
Yeah.
Going on now. It started a couple weeks ago. Runs through April, and I would encourage anyone, give us a call.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to meet with you, show you around. I think you'll be impressed with what you see.
Awesome. Great to see you both. Thanks for stopping by today.
Good to see you too. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
You bet. And I know we'll check in with you when we get closer to graduation and have a chance to celebrate some of your outstanding students.
Sounds good.
From JPEC, Jackson Preparatory and Early College, President Jonathan Marwelli and Principal Rob Campbell.